I fucking hate
I
it.
hate it.
I hate everybody. Welcome.
Welcome.
Different setup than usual.
Yeah, we're
We're
live and
side
in
by
person.
side.
Exactly.
Well,
I
we've
can
done in
I
person, but
can
I don't think
touch.
you can touch. You can touch. Oh yes, 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 yes.
Exactly.
Very nice new Walmart shirt for $6. So today we are together because Tano is going to experience something for the second time.
In a second.
Well, you watch more wrestling, but this is like a very specific thing that we're watching.
Yeah.
Last time we talked wrestling on the show, it was for I believe Hell in a Cell.
Hell in the Cell.
It was the Undertaker versus Mankind.
Yep.
A very chaotic match, like kind of on accident.
Right.
And then today we're watching a very different type of match, also going to be a little chaotic, but this is like controlled chaos, I would say.
Chaos on purpose.
But before we watch, so Sama hasn't seen it yet, I don't think, right?
Nope.
What do you know about this? So we're watching the Noche de los Grandes mask versus mask between El Grande Americano and El Grande Americano.
It just happened.
It happened May 31st.
And there was an unmasking.
There was an unmasking. That's the whole point of this match. It's a wager match.
Big dishonor. Oh, so
Big dishonor.
they knew going into it there would be an unmasking.
Yes. So the purpose of the match is just a match.
Yeah.
Where the outcome of it determines who gets to take off the mask. The point of the mask itself is not whoever takes the mask off the other one first wins.
Yes, but that's just like at the end of Ultimate Surrender.
Oh. I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Yeah, me neither.
The spirit came to me. but it seemed by what you just said, this is new information. You said Grande Americano versus Grande Americano.
Yes.
These are not coffee drinks, but it seemed like two people with the same name.
So yeah, did you know that coming in?
No.
Okay. So
is this relevant?
This is very relevant. So I put together a timeline of the Grande Americano because you did say I did give you two options. You could watch the match with no context, and then when we record, I would give you context. Or if you wanted some context, watch, and then we debrief.
Here's the thing, my fans at home, our fans. I chose the no context option, not for the efficacy of the art, but really because well, fucking you context right
now. Well, you did say you wanted context. Because I did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So I'm going to go through somewhat brief, but definitely not timeline of events. So this is all kind of stemming from Monday Night Raw.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep some notes.
No. So this honestly all starts in like 2023, 2024, but we're not going that far back. Sure. All you need to know is that there's a guy named Chad Gable. Pre-2025, he was kind of a good guy. And then like halfway through 2024, he kind of turns bad.
Chad Gable.
He loses a couple matches to like some big names. He starts to go bad. Fast forward.
Bad.
Fast forward to January 2025.
Yeah,
so
posted notes.
Netflix goes to Monday night. Raw goes to Netflix. And then one of the guys who comes in is this guy named Penta. He's a very popular Mexican luchador.
This is a word for five.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, his name is Pentagon, but they call him Penta.
Named after shape.
Named after shape. So he debuts in like the second week of January. Or third, and his first match is against Chad, and Chad loses.
Oh, that's right. That's the man from the first posted note.
Exactly. So he loses. Then after that match happens, he goes on a bit of a losing streak against other luchadors.
Penta does.
No, Chad.
Oh,
yes.
Gotcha.
So Chad is now on a losing streak against luchadors, and in like February through March, he goes on this stupid ass journey, this story where he's going to learn the dark arts of lucha libre.
Oh man,
fucking stupid. Then we come to March 24th, 2025, where a character named El Grande Americano debuts. He is built from the Gulf of America. His video packages are made with AI. Oh, awful. Clearly, this is like a caricature of like luchadores.
Gotcha.
He only says gracias, and he goes like this.
Is he white?
He's white. Well, it's Chad Gable.
See.
Yeah. It's very clear who this is.
Gotcha.
A lot of people are like, this is stupid. This is annoying.
Yes.
But of course, the Chuts being the Chuts are like, the Ghost of America.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So it's a small but definitely like loud minority that like think it's fun.
So you're saying he's like a cosplaying MAGA Mexican.
Yes, kind of. Yeah, no, actually, that's a very good way to
So
put it.
he's like the white version of my wife's cousin Milky.
No, this guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna add Milky right.
Fascinating. Okay. So this is only supposed to last until WrestleMania. So like 3 or 4 weeks.
And then
Right?
we're done with this nonsense.
They were supposed to be done with this. He's supposed to end this storyline with Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania.
I love Rey Mysterio.
Right?
Yeah.
So the night before WrestleMania starts, Friday Night SmackDown, who gets injured? Rey Mysterio gets injured.
Yeah, very sad.
So because of this, the match with Rey that's supposed to end this match, this whole stupid thing, doesn't happen.
That's sad.
So
Pay attention to my notes.
I have a notes file.
This is how we learn. We learn from taking notes ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Penta's brother steps in,
Gotcha.
in place of Rey Mysterio, loses to El Gran Americano.
When does this take place again?
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania. This
So
is
April,
April 2025.
2025. 2024. Yeah, 25, sorry. After that happens, obviously the gimmick doesn't end because he doesn't lose. And my guess is they wanted to wait until Rey Mysterio came back to finally end it the way they wanted.
Gotcha.
Whatever. So for a couple of weeks, like Chad goes on this pretty solid run where he gets a couple good matches.
Yeah.
He gets like a championship, like a very low level championship. But then in June of 25, Chad gets legitimately injured. Like he gets like a rotator cuff injury.
Gotcha.
So his shoulder is fucked. He can't do anything really. They write him off by saying that Penta attacks him and like fucks up his arm. So they do that a lot when someone gets injured. They have another wrestler.
There's a story.
Yes, because people like the story, right?
People want to know, like, why does Boba Fett's voice sound different? He had laryngitis.
Dude. But that night, El Grande is supposed to have a match against someone.
Gotcha.
And then in the background of the scene, there's a tall German man named Ludwig Kaiser. He's like, oh, something's happening over there.
Oh,
and then who shows up? El Grande Americano shows up.
Gotcha. Chad.
His match.
Oh.
Not Chad.
Oh.
It's a taller, leaner Grande Americano. And people are like, the fuck? But we know who it is, right? We know it's Kaiser because he's in the background of this thing. So Kaiser is now taking over this role of El Grande. So now we have two different people playing quote unquote the same character.
Gotcha.
Right? So from like June all the way to like what? Maybe January of 2026. Like El Grande Americano is mostly in Mexico in the promotion that WWE bought, which is AAA.
Gotcha.
So this is like the shit that my grandma watched is like down in Mexico. Right? This is the shit that I used to watch as a kid. So he like goes down there, but he being German and like coming from Europe,
Right.
is actually like pretty well educated in like other cultures.
Yes.
So like he actually knows Spanish and he knows that like he wants to like talk to people. And so he uses Spanish to like get to know a lot of the crowd. He sings to the crowd. He sings like Spanish songs. And at first it's like European Spanish, like you fucking colonizer Spanish, right? But as he's like there for longer, he learns people's Spanish. He learns the people's Spanish. Yeah. He starts calling people like "¿Qué pasó, güey?" and "Pinche pendejo," and "Come on." And so like the people start to really fucking like him now in Mexico. And so like when he comes to the States, he's a bad guy, but if he goes to Mexico, he's like a fucking good guy. Then we fast forward to January 2026, this year's Royal Rumble, and El Grande Americano.
Now this starts to sound familiar. I was there, folks.
He was there, and we kind of gave you a very brief run through of what was happening at the time.
Yeah.
So he is in the ring, comes in at number 12, and then at number 13, the original Grande comes out, which is Chad Gable.
Gotcha.
Shorter, beefier, right?
Yeah.
So then this starts a feud spanning from around this time. During this time, like Ludwig Kaiser, who's El Grande Americano, he starts like befriending luchadores down in Mexico. He starts like a small little faction of his friends. There are also other Europeans who are pretending to be Mexicans.
Very nice.
Named Rayo and Bravo.
Very nice.
He starts dating like the backstage like reporter from Mexico.
Interesting.
Andrea Basarte, who's a fine hottie.
Would they actually be dating? Or
no, they are in real life dating.
That's nuts.
And then it started to kind of bleed into like into the story of the thing. So that's happening. They start feuding. El Grande starts calling Chad Gable Chaparro Americano because he's shorter. And then the people start calling Kaiser Hermano Americano. Gran Hermano. And they start this whole thing where they're like, yes, we know that he's not really Mexican,
He earned his
but
stripes.
he's earned it.
Yeah.
And so the people are like, they start like this whole thing where like a Mexican is born whatever the fuck they want.
He got the green card.
He got the green card. The other way. And during this whole thing, OG is like being a fucking menace towards like his friends. And so like Chad is being a dick to like all of Kaiser's friends.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
So like there's this guy named Octagon Jr., another shape.
That's funny.
He like during a match he like rips off his mask.
Yeah.
There's this drag queen wrestler named Pimpinela Escaleta. He gets attacked in like the bathroom.
Here.
He like just beats the shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
And they have this like super melodramatic thing where he's like, "Do it for me, do it for Mexico. Like, please take my spot, beat him." They like cost each other matches in like tournaments.
Oh, wow.
So it's a whole endeavor. To the point where there's this like whole match called like El Rey de Reyes, something like that.
Yeah.
Where like Chad originally costs Kaiser the match, but then at the end they end up facing each other anyway, and then he still wins the title anyway. So it's a kind of like they're really building him up in AAA, right? Going now to April of this year. In one of these little confrontations they have, Chad goes and he like threatens Andrea. So he's like going after his girlfriend now. And so then Kaiser comes out. They had this really big brawl. And in this culminates into him challenging Gable for a mask versus match match. Like mask versus mask at this big event happening May 31st. Right. So OG accepts. This is like a week or so later. He says, "Fine, I'll accept your challenge, but I have some rules."
Go.
Right? Rule number 1, no disqualifications. Rule number 2, you cannot put your hands on me. Like when we're in Mexican soil, like you cannot until the match happens. Like no matter what happens, you cannot put your hands on me.
Good.
And then like the last thing is, I want your girlfriend fired.
Man.
So he gets her fired. She's like, "No, this is bullshit. Like I'm not going to accept this." And the girlfriend's like, "No, you have to do it. Do it for Mexico." Blah 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 blah.
Wow.
You know, right? It's like
Yeah.
you know, notching up the telenovela vibes, right? So for like the following month after that, when they come to the States, I can't even do it.
It's just
They still come to the States, and the dynamics are still weird because the guy who runs the States is not really very good at his job, but the guy who runs the stuff in Mexico is doing a little bit better.
Yeah.
So during all of this, like there's like interactions with like comedians where like he's friends with them, but again, Chad comes in and he's like an asshole to them.
Yeah.
Chad then brings in another crew from the people that he used to work with in the States called the Creed brothers, but now they're the Credo brothers.
Oh.
It's Brutus and Julius, and it's Bruto and Julio.
I see.
So, you know, the whole like funk vibes are not fully gone.
Yeah.
But they're a little bit funnier. So now that is basically all you kind of need to know for now
Before we go in.
So we're gonna go ahead and stop here.
Yeah.
We're gonna go watch.
We got our notes.
Got your notes.
Yes.
And then we'll see what you think.
Time for research.
Time for research. That's side by side to know
which one is the better texture.
Oh,
I have. Jasmine's excellent.
So
excellent.
We're back. We're back. It's been about an hour.
I was just cultured.
You were cultured.
Can you tell the sun, millions of fans, in a different position in the sky?
Probably not from this angle, because this is what they see.
Yeah, fair enough.
So we spent the last hour-ish or so. We actually ended up watching like the entire thing.
Yes.
Including like the video package that introduces like the lead up. Most of the lead up, it kind of gives you some clips, but no context really.
I would say you need to watch the entire thing.
Yeah, I think you get.
I think it's all essential. It's all essential.
Yeah, I think even simple things like the entrances, like
they build character.
They build the character.
Yep.
It kind of shows you the dynamic of like how the crowd
who
likes feeling,
who
likes who.
But it's very one-sided.
Oh yeah, though this is here's the thing. The thing I appreciate about professional wrestling is the story aspect of it. Yes, the matches are important, obviously, right? Like especially like if the match is good, then even better. But like I do think that telling the good story is what makes me watch this because man, I watched clips from like UFC things, especially like some of the stuff that came out this weekend.
So you're like,
And I'm like, I have zero care for this.
that's what separates this from other sports. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that's why I'm not a you know me, I'm not a sports person,
Right.
but I
How do you prefer art?
I prefer the art because I mean there's like different levels to it when it comes to like yes, you have like the coolness factor of like, hey, there's a match happening
Yeah.
and people are beating the shit out of each other. But having that story in the background and sometimes that story bleeding into the match,
Yeah.
like in the case of this one, where it is the culmination of like a year and a half.
And there's a lot of actual bleeding.
There's a lot of bleeding.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Notes.
So, so what are your initial thoughts?
Lots of blood.
Lots of blood.
Is that how we're on the scale of like average? How much blood would you say that is for like an average match?
Oh, this is a lot higher for especially for WWE now. There's two big wrestling companies right now.
Yes.
Some would say there's maybe more, but like if you really think of like what's having an impact, it's two wrestling companies. WWE, which is like the huge one,
Yeah.
and then AEW, which is one that started like 2019-ish.
Gotcha.
And so they tend to go more like hardcore with their matches. Like some of the matches are fucking gnarly
they're like
and
the XFL of wrestling.
kind yeah. Yeah. And also like honestly, some of the matches are kind of fucking gross. Like in like a cool way.
Yeah.
And they are known as like the quote unquote like real wrestling company because the matches are very good. Like they're very well produced. They have some really talented wrestlers.
Yeah.
But they are not particularly known for like their story
I see.
aspect. So like there's a bit of a trade off, right? With one, you have more of a story focus, and when maybe lighter on like the actual in ring.
Right.
Whereas AEW is more like stronger in ring, but the stories are
not as
they
much
do
of a
have
story.
some good ones, but it's like secondary.
You can't just like sprout a story overnight. Like it needs time to grow.
Yeah. And I think this match, what I like about it is that even if you haven't been following the match itself, they do a really good job in the story at like conveying like the emotional beats, like what the stakes are. I think the commentators do a pretty good job, like the ring announcers also like do good at like hyping up the match before it starts, and then at the end when he's like talking about the payoff at the end.
Yeah.
So all of those things put together, I think lead to like a really, really good match.
My other me reaction is I've never enjoyed seeing someone lose as much. You know what I mean? Not in a vindictive way. But like that concession speech was very like
Yeah.
it was very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So we started the match with the entrance like we said. I love the difference in how they kind of presented them where like you have Gable come out and he is like with like an entourage of like security guards.
Yeah.
And he's like in mostly black for like black and red. And then you have the contrast with El Grande coming out, which is our homeboy Kaiser, our hero, right? He's in like a white and gold.
Yeah.
And yes, he's
two
by
cowboys.
himself,
Yeah.
but like even his mariachi band is in white versus Gable's being in black.
I didn't even notice
Right.
that. Yeah.
So having that contrast, having the people like the way that people like hugging him as opposed to people like flicking him off with like huevos at Gable.
Yeah.
So like all that's really good. The match I do think also starts off relatively strong as in like there's stuff happening even at the beginning. It's not like crazy and like hardcore, but like there is usually something happening all the time. Sometimes a lot of wrestling matches are like they start very slow, like very prodding.
Well, the first thing that happens here is the guitar.
Yeah. Chad Gable opens up this match before the bell rings.
Right.
Fucking guitar shot to the face.
And then Rey Mysterio giving the
you got Rey Mysterio in there, which is also
holding.
another way that that like you have one of the icons of like lucha libre in here, which is also Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have him there. It almost does feel like he's kind of letting this match, which is very untraditional, kind of feel legit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like both Chad and Ludwig are not Mexican, of course. Right. They're both primarily talent from WWE.
Yeah.
Like, that's where they started, and then they're having this character where they are playing essentially a
You're
Mexican.
playing like a Mexican, but like one who's cosplaying, like it's like El Grande Americano. So it's like
Yeah,
it's the character itself is an American cosplaying as that.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's always that people would always use the meme from Tropic Thunder, where he's like, "I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude," because, like, Chad is an American cosplaying as a Mexican,
Yes.
but then you have in
Which makes sense.
kayfabe
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then in kayfabe, you have the idea of you have this German, technically speaking, an Austrian playing a German,
Oh.
playing an American,
Hey.
playing a Mexican.
Yeah.
So it's always kind of been, like, inherently, like, a silly story.
Well, what's funny about this is also because obviously we have clear good guy and bad guy,
Yeah.
but like you would think if you stripped away all of this other context
Uh-huh.
context for the world to see. If you stripped it all away from the story, you would think that like, oh, the guy who steals the other guy's name. This must be
Yeah,
the bad guy.
exactly,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's kind of it's weird because like, we talked a little bit about,
He's a
like
keyboard.
we talked a little bit how, like, that's been contrasted in WWE proper, where, like, you have matches in AAA where very clearly Gable is the bad guy,
Yeah.
and people love Kaiser, right? But then when they would come to the States to do, like, an episode of Raw or SmackDown or whatever, Kaiser was the bad guy, and
Mm.
Gable was, like, the baby face because people were like, "Oh, America,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
right? And it was always a weird, like, conflict of interest, I guess you would say,
Mm.
when you would watch the show, because you're like, well, like, you want the real actual good guy, the guy who is taking the role seriously
Yes.
to be seen as the good guy. But then when you were here, like, it was the guy who was treating it as the caricature who was being pushy. And it's that, why am I blanking on this? Like, it's almost like a cognitive dissonance.
I had heard, and I don't know if this is actually true, but I'm reminded of it now. I heard this kind of like playground urban legend that if you watched the original Godzilla versus King Kong movie, like the old one, in American theaters, King Kong wins, and in Japanese theaters, like Godzilla wins.
Oh, I'm not sure about I don't know if I've heard that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
If that was the case, yeah,
Because I think it was one of the first, like, Japanese American, like, joint projects, so,
yes,
like, that would make sense.
yes. But then, like, you want, like, as the audience, like, you want like, the actual, like, deserving monster.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you kinda have to look at not just the ending, but also, like,
Yeah,
what led to everything,
yeah.
right? But the entire match, I think, is very well paced. I think it hits on all of the beats that it needs to.
Yeah.
You were asking earlier, like, "Oh, like, at what point do you predict, like, when the match is going to end or, like, who's
From
gonna
where it's
win
gonna
or
go,
where it's
yes.
leading?" And, I didn't say it at the time, but, like, one of the things in wrestling where there is a big story and it's supposed to be, like, the culmination, right?
Yeah.
You have to wait until everything that's been seeded before, like, is addressed, right?
Ah,
So, like,
well,
the Credos come out, right? Like,
yes.
Brutus and Julius come out. Like, well, we know this can't end here
Right.
because now we need to have the
Yeah,
Americanos come
yes,
out, right? They come out, they do the shenanigans, they fuck off,
and then
right?
you eat ojitos.
Then you have Ojitos come
Yeah,
out, and then you're like, "Okay, well, that's hasn't been addressed, so we have to
right.
say, okay, he's addressed." Okay, now we see that Pimpinela's here. He hits Chad Gable with the guitar, and now he's gonna win. No, we know that can't happen yet because the girlfriend hasn't come out yet. So, like, it's a lot of those things where, as a fan, you kind of know to look out for,
It's like you
and
need to find out who rescued Luke Skywalker's lightsaber.
was it Mascotana?
It's
Uh,
not another story for another
it's not gonna sort
time.
but one of the things that you kind of pick up as you, like, watch more and more and you're watching the shows,
Yeah.
a lot of the times people in the audience will also know because a lot of the time when they were attacking Chad the first time, a lot of the people in the crowd weren't even watching that. They were off to the side
Oh,
looking down the ramp because they know
something someone
that
else.
someone is gonna be coming
Yeah,
out, or you're looking around the stadium to see, like, okay, someone coming down the stairs
yeah.
or someone coming down by the timekeeper area. And I mean,
And that's
yeah,
an experience you can only have if you're in person because you're not dependent on the camera telling you what to look at.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's yeah, and that's one of the things that you do kind of w- uh, when we've seen different wrestling shows,
Yeah.
like when we've gone to tapings, like there are some things that just the way they're framed on TV versus the way that you just see it on the stage,
Yeah.
like in the ring, it just hits very different.
Yeah.
Things on camera will always look more bombastic and more. um, I guess more impactful
Yeah.
because like they feel more sudden. Like
Yeah.
when we went to John Cena's last SmackDown, which was in Chicago.
Right.
Fucking Brock Lesnar was there.
Ah,
And so, like, the entire time I'm like, well, we've heard that Brock Lesnar is going to be in the city for this thing. So we know that at this
that is
point he's
coming.
going after, because at that point in the story, he was going after John Cena anyway.
Yeah.
So we're like all just waiting. And then, yeah, lo and behold, you see him just fucking walking
Walking
down.
outside, right.
But then when you're watching it on TV,
You don't see that at
you
all.
don't see that at
Yeah,
all. He
exactly.
just like suddenly fucking Brock is there beating the shit out of John,
Yeah.
right?
And I would imagine there also might be audience like buzz in terms of like, oh, I saw him like I saw this guy,
Yeah.
or I heard people saw this guy over here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then when you're watching it, like, these are things that you kinda start to, like, pick up on.
Yeah.
But also, I thought the use of, like, the stipulation of the match was really good, like, no disqualification, which allowed for these shenanigans to happen
To get
without.
silly.
Yeah, because sometimes you have a match that does not have a stipulation.
There was one thing that could have been a DQ earlier, wasn't there not? Like, didn't they mention to me?
All of these things could have been a DQ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, pulling out a chair or a table, like, all of those things are disqualification.
I didn't realize that. I thought that was just part of wrestling.
No,
Oh,
no. Yeah, you're not supposed to, like, hit anyone with, like, anything. You can throw people into, like, the stairs, like,
yeah,
the steel steps, right? You can throw someone through, like, the announcer's table because these are things that are there,
I
but
see.
you cannot set up a table to then throw someone in there. Like,
What's the rule with the chairs then? 'Cause give them the chair. That's a staple of
it's a
wrestling.
staple of a lot of wrestling, but those are very specific, like, no disqualifications from, like, a tables, ladders, and chairs match.
Ah, I see.
Yeah,
I
and
see.
so then that's why, like, they make it, and then you always run into the problem of this WrestleMania.
Yeah.
CM Punk had a match against your boy Roman Reigns,
There you go.
and fucking Roman takes the steps and just fucking clocks Punk in the face
Oof,
and busts him open, like,
oof.
he's fucking bleeding
Yeah.
after he's dangling, and people are like, "Why was this not a disqualification? He's
Yeah.
using an object. It's not like he threw him into the steps." And then, like, it kinda takes a little bit away of, like, the make believe that we have, right?
Yeah.
Like, in kayfabe, that should be a disqualification.
Yeah.
But then we're watching it, we're like, "Well, whatever. It is what it is."
Right.
Right? And then here, where you have that disqualification aspect away, you're like, "Oh, you can just focus on the shenanigans."
Hmm.
The shenanigans add to the story as opposed to, like, convolute it.
Detractor foot.
Yeah. And so, we got a lot of really cool stuff. We got, like, the white noise onto the table,
Yep.
which was really cool. The fucking chucking of the office chair,
Yeah.
that's always, here's the thing, sometimes you're like, "Oh, those things are padded." They're fucking heavy.
Anything mass,
An
mass times
office
acceleration.
an office chair is not light.
No.
Like, even if you buy, like, a light office chair,
I mean, even if you threw this at each other, that would
yeah,
hurt.
that's gonna hurt, like,
Yeah.
even if you catch it, like, the force of it behind it is
Would hurt.
it's not gonna feel good.
Well, then there was the one where Chad Gable's against the steel steps are tipped over,
Uh-huh.
and he's, like, lying against them, and then, like, Grande Americano comes in with, like, a flying,
Like a
flying
drop
kick.
kick.
Yes, and it kicks, like, the chair like, the stairs, but even I'm like, "Damn, that's scary." That's a
It's
whole lot
scary, and
it's a whole lot of things
it's a lot of
altogether.
coordination, and that's what a lot one of my and we talked about this when we did the recording for The Undertaker and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like, yes, you can plan for a lot of this. You can say, like, "Yeah, it's scripted," like, whatever. Yes, it is, but you also have to have a lot of it's almost to me more like theater
Yeah.
and like a stunt show
Yeah.
where, like, yes, you can plan everything as meticulously as you want,
Or there's gonna be some points where you have to improvise.
but you have to improvise. You also have to be careful because you can seriously hurt the other person that you're working with,
Yeah.
um,
Or yourself.
or yourself.
Yep.
I mean, one of the more like cringe spots in this is when he does the reverse DDT, where he grabs him into the chair,
Yeah.
and fucking Chad just like spikes himself onto
Ugh.
the chair, and you were like, "Ooh, his neck," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah," and like, right, like all of these things are things that I think a lot of it feels very dismissive to just be like, "Ah, it's fake." When you're like,
No.
"Well,
Yeah.
I don't know," like
Yeah.
you can only fake certain things so much. Yes, like we were talking about the punches initially,
Yeah.
but yeah, those are very very like gimmick punches, right? Very like fake
Well, then even
and
if I was like this to you and, like, with a little more force eventually it's gonna be like you're like, "Oh."
and
Like, yeah.
it's not just that, but it's also like the care that you have to put into it, like the precision
Yeah.
that you need to get close enough to someone
Right.
where it's fast and it feels like it's gonna hit, but then you stop enough, and then you have to react at the same time that you think it should hit
Yeah,
to
it's a lot.
make it look
Real.
real, right? So it's a lot of these things that just like our fucking Oscars, right? That feel like unappreciated in
Mhm.
these things
Yeah.
because like the amount of work that goes into like stunt choreography, into like a car chase scene or like a fighting John Wick
Yeah.
or whatever, right? These are things that if you don't coordinate enough, you could seriously hurt yourself or someone
I think
else.
if you are coordinating, like, even though it's not Keanu jumping, like, onto that train, like, somebody's jumping.
Somebody's
Yeah,
jumping off the
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
right? And like in some of these things, like someone is taking like a suplex off of the top rope
yeah,
or being dropped on their side from like 10 feet up.
yeah.
Like you have to,
Hurts,
it's not gonna
hurts.
feel good.
Yeah.
So I think this whole match, you can show it to someone who's not necessarily like in the weeds, right? And you can hopefully be like,
You can
oh
appre
shit, like
you can
this is
appreciate the art.
you can
Yes.
appreciate the art. So now that we talked about that, like what are your thoughts on like this story as a whole? Like how do you feel like it was presented to you, even from like what I gave you, from what
Uh-huh.
they gave you, and then from what you saw?
It was I liked the, because in the movie it or no, the movie, in the
It does feel like you're
Yes,
watching a movie.
and it opens with that comic book opening.
Yeah, yeah,
So it clearly sets your stakes and your, like, protagonist, antagonist, like, dare I even say, like, good versus evil, like,
yeah,
that
yeah.
whole dichotomy is clearly set up.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it feels like you're watching, like, an actual comic book story or even an actual, like, fairy tale. Even the mariachi music, like, takes you back to, like, a whimsical time.
Mhm.
The announcers, even towards the end, what's the girlfriend's name?
Andrea?
Yeah, they're like and it when they're like, "And this match may be one for love," or something like that,
Yeah.
like that element's in there, so, I mean, it feels it feels like you're watching Shrek, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and not in terms of a comedy, but it's like, like, it's the same feeling of opening up a fairy tale, and, like, let's see what plays out in this story.
And one of the things that I love about this match, and I will say, like, there's a lot of matches that I really like. But if I were to like rank some of my top favorite matches, like this match really, really skyrocketed up into my list
Yeah.
because it's a match that you can watch completely out of context
Yeah,
and you can find some entertainment. If you know the story going in, just makes it, I think, better.
even better.
Um, but also like all of the pieces in it feel necessary.
Yes.
Like we talked about how the intro makes it look good, like the actual match, but then like the end of it, like once we have our villain defeated,
Yeah.
right? It's not as cut and dry as like, oh, he lost, he fucks off, and then you have your celebration at the
Well,
very
yeah, 'cause he
like
he comes off very sympathetic for a villain who's been defeated, right? And not in a
and
bad way.
not in that way.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I do genuinely kind of love about this is that it's now bleeding over into his new story
Mm.
on Mondays.
Has that started yet or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, we've had about 3 weeks so far of him coming, to different shows,
Yeah.
and, like, he's apologized to, like, the wrestlers, like, luchadors. He's been like,
Uh-huh.
"Hey, like, I'm sorry, like, I was an asshole. Like, I'm sorry I mocked your culture.
Yeah.
Like, I am gonna try to do better." He's like, "Hey, that's cool. Thank you, bro. But, like, now you gotta apologize to other people." He's like, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah.
So, like, it's showing that now his character
It's going through
is
growth.
going through growth and having, honestly, like a redemption arc, which is good because like even in this, like he does, like you said, come out very sympathetic and people are like, yeah, when he's in the mask, they're like chanting,
Yeah.
like they're calling him culero, like calling him an asshole and like flipping him off, doing the huevo side to him. And by the end of it, like they're chanting his name and they're
Even got a
saying,
round of applause at the
you
end.
got a round of
Yeah.
applause, or they're saying thank you, Gable.
Yeah.
So like the people know the assignment, which is yes, the character that he's playing
It's a heel.
sucks,
Right,
right? It's
yeah.
a heel, but it now that he's not this character, like, and he comes across like they accept,
We appreciate the act.
yeah, we appreciate it, and the amount of work that you put in is appreciated.
Do you remember I actually think it was for our Avatar 2 review. Do you remember when, like I think we both ended up thinking this, but I said that, like, in a future story, I would actually kinda want it to follow Commander Cliche.
Quartrich,
Yes, because I felt like his story was, like, the most
interesting,
interesting
yeah,
at that point. I feel like it's kind of a similar vibe where now I'm actually very interested in this, like,
and
like
figuring out what is going on.
yeah,
But yeah, and I mean, on last Monday, during just a random match, Rey Mysterio got attacked, and who comes out to make the save? Chad comes out to make the
oh,
save,
really? Yeah,
and the guy is this big Russian guy named Rusev, like rips off the mask off of Ray,
yeah.
And so while Penta is helping, hide Ray's face, Chad Gable comes out and like he gives him his mask back and like so like it,
Ah,
it is
yeah.
it is starting to bleed into this. And as
And
someone
this was
who
only a few weeks ago.
it's only a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so like and like when he came back, like the crowd was like fucking like exploded for Chad.
Yeah.
And it is leading a lot of people to believe that like this could be a path for him to finally get a championship.
Oh, cool.
Right? Because the whole thing was he wanted to go into this to defeat the luchadors, but like all it did was kind of like make him an asshole and then mock it. But now that he actually learned it and appreciates it, now he can use that to actually beat
So
the
do
luchador.
do you think he would actually beat them as another luchador? Or
No, I think he would beat him as which would be
yeah.
which in story would be the more satisfying.
Because when he said about coming back to AAA, I was like, "Well, I don't want him to come back." 'Cause it was weird. I had this opinion having been so green in the story. I was like, "I don't want him to come back as a luchador. I want him to come back as, like, himself."
And that's what
Yeah.
and that's why he's like, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I want to come back.
Yeah.
And I think it's so earlier, I made the notion that like the guy in WWE doesn't always know how to handle like his story,
Yeah.
whereas the guy in AAA kind of does.
Right.
If I were to give you one guess as to who is in charge of creative in AAA, who do you think it would be? It's someone you know.
Oh, it's someone I
It's
know?
someone you know. It's a name that you'd be like, huh, interesting.
Dude, I don't know.
Give me a name.
It's a
It's a
wrestler?
wrestler. It's someone big. It really narrows it down to like three people.
Man, who's one of the Hell in the Cell guys?
Okay.
Okay, what are their 2 names again?
Undertaker and Mankind.
Mankind.
It's Undertaker.
Excellent.
Undertaker.
Excellent.
Undertaker runs AAA down in
Yeah.
Mexico. And one of the things that people have been saying is like, this is a guy who is letting the characters like develop. It's
Yeah.
letting the story breathe. It's he's not just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like he's letting kind of like he is letting like the crowd kind of give him pointers like where they
Where they
want
want this to go.
because I think sometimes you want to challenge your audience. I get that,
Yeah.
but also like to a certain degree, you kind of do have to give your audience what they want.
Well, when you challenge them first, the challenging works once you establish yourself with it. You can't just start with the deconstruction. You actually have to you have to give them what, like you said, you have to give them what they want first, and then you can challenge them
Yeah,
later. Yeah.
or like maybe you can do like a little bit of a give and take. You give them a little bit of the initial
Yeah.
right, which is what they did. They built up this guy who came in and he was basically an interloper, right? Like
Right.
someone pretending to be a luchador, and like he slowly started getting people
Traction.
over.
Yeah.
And then when Chad came back, then you started to do a lot of that give and take. He
Mhm.
would lose matches, or Chad would cost him like
Ruin things for him.
he
Yeah.
ruined things for him, right? And then at the end, you were really hoping, like I really hope they give the right guy the win,
Yeah.
which is not always what happens
Right.
uh, in WWE, which is what a lot of people are upset about right now.
Huh.
So yeah, it's interesting. I thought the ending angle that we talked about was really good. Having him come out, unmask himself. During the match, they like rip the shit out of the mask, which is I think you know aesthetically looks
Very
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah, very cool. Like I said, kept on saying he kept on looking like Kaiser kept on looking like a bird or like an
Yeah,
owl.
because he has like
Yeah.
a strand of
Little
hair
poof
just
coming
like
out.
sticking
Yeah.
out. Fun fact, because of the match is huge. Like the match alone, by like the end of that weekend,
Mm.
it was already at like 2 million views or like over 1 million views on YouTube.
Oh wow.
And then it's reached like 2 million. I want to say the Spanish broadcast also has almost 1 million.
Wow.
And then this one, which is just the cut down version of it, has almost 1 million. So like this is being like sought out by a lot
Yeah.
of these people.
People
Um,
making podcasts.
People making podcasts. To the point where like even like the next night on Monday Night Raw on Netflix, the thing ended and they were like, "Oh, by the way, stick around. We're gonna show the entire match here."
Yeah.
And they just showed the
Yeah.
entire match,
Yeah.
which is something that I don't think I've ever seen them do because I mean, when it's on TV, you really don't have the amount of time.
Right.
But even on Netflix, like once the thing ends, like boom, you're out.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
usually they're like they don't want to go over their time.
Yes.
I don't know what the reasoning is when you're streaming, like you don't really have a hard out, but
I mean, look
they
at
do.
roasts.
Yeah. Oh my god. So I thought like the fact that they're wanting to not only bring this, which doesn't even belong
WWE.
to WWE
Yeah.
because all of their AAA stuff, they do not have any sort of licensing agreement in the States.
So when they have the WWE logo on the thing, what is that? Is that just the sponsorship?
So that just means that like the company owns this thing,
I see.
right? So like right now, WWE owns AAA,
Ah,
right? They own a variety of like different brands. They
yeah.
own Raw, they own SmackDown and NXT
Okay.
and Evolve,
Yes.
but they all have different licensing.
Gotcha.
So like Raw is with in the States, Raw is with Netflix, SmackDown is with
Got it. It's like a Marvel.
USA.
It's like a Marvel thing.
Kinda,
Yeah.
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 Think
I've
about
always
like
wondered why wrestling was on so many different channels.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's all fucking stupid. The nice thing is like internationally,
Yeah.
it's all for the most part on just on Netflix.
That's nice.
So like when I just do
VPN.
the VPN, I just watch everything on there and there's like no commercials.
God bless
It's
America.
awesome.
Yeah. In this case, God bless
God
other places.
yeah, God bless Canada. So the fact that they were willing to not only just put this thing that was on YouTube
Yeah.
and broadcast it on like their most popular one, like kind of just really to me solidified like this is something a little bit special.
Is going beyond.
It's going beyond like your oh, this happened.
Why did you come to me to try to do this together?
Like the week after.
Okay.
Because this happened on like Sunday and then we had dinner with Ro at Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
And it was like that Tuesday. And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, this would be kinda cool." I think
Yeah.
you would find this interesting
Yes.
as a non-wrestling fan.
And I do. I do indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
Textbook great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, textbook great story. I don't know if I'll ever be into wrestling enough where I will
Seek it out on your own.
and then to fully, like, appreciate,
Mhm.
like, because I can only
It's a
imagine.
commitment, dude.
Oh, I mean, I know. I follow your schedule, right? But, like but the sad thing about that is that you appreciate that even more. It's like baseball season, right? If you watch a whole baseball season and you see your team go into the playoffs, it's a whole
Mhm.
different than just, like, tuning in October.
Yeah.
Yes, I've gained even more appreciation for the art and
Mhm.
the entertainment form than I had even after we did The Undertaker one.
Yeah, I mean, it's also very different, right? Like that one is just like a spectacle of like just shenanigans happening,
Sure,
right? Like
but yeah.
there was no real through story in that match other than like, oh shit,
But that way you could
they
appreciate shit was
Foley's
going
getting
down. Yeah,
wrecked,
yeah.
right? But in this one, I do think this one has like a, oh, you know that like there are stakes to this,
Yeah.
having that like unmasking at the end, especially coming from like a lucha perspective. Like it's a big deal to lose your
Yes.
mask, right? And even the fact that these characters are characters that are like less than like 2 years old,
Yeah.
right? To still have that impact,
And
to
that way
still
once it's
have
built up. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like there were people who were following the story that like cried when like Chad
We
unmasked and
saw
gave his speech.
we saw one
We saw one,
at the
but
beginning.
that
Yeah.
at the beginning, right? That was like the emotion of like, "Hey, this is the guy that I want. He's having this match. It's important, right?"
He's right here. Yeah.
But there were people who were watching this happen, like all around the world, like streaming and watching and reacting to it. They were like, they got emotional when he takes off the mask, and it is
Yeah.
an emotional speech
Yeah.
he gives, right?
Yeah. His
Um,
family's there.
his family's
Yeah.
there. One of the things that I do think is kind of adorable, like when he takes off his mask, his kid takes off his mask.
Yeah. I know.
So
I
like
didn't notice it happened, but then I noticed the kid's mask was off. I was like,
yeah,
"Ah,
yeah, the
that's
kid,
cool."
yeah.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that I told Tom that I noticed is like his daughter gives his dad a high five, and
Yeah.
then she's like, "Oh fuck, his hands are his." It's
It's
like
all
all
bloody.
bloody. So it's always fun to see like the shit in the background.
Well, that's what interested me. I was like, I wonder what this means for his family
Mhm.
because it's like I don't see a percentage of this has to be acting, but then also a percentage of this also has to be like
You can't.
real.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. If I if I ever do something stupid,
Mm.
Katie gets stressed,
Yeah.
right? Like if I'm ever like, "Hey, we're gonna go," I don't know,
We're gonna go
what
jump off this 20-foot building.
sure,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Kids be like, "Please don't do that."
yeah, exactly.
And then to, like, have your husband be in the like, I'm not saying that, like, all matches are not physically demanding, like
Right.
right? Like, sometimes you go up a flight of stairs, and you're like, "Oof," gotta catch
Yeah,
your breath. And then you got these people, like, running around the ring and jumping and
yeah,
hauling, like, 300-pound men around,
yeah,
right?
a lot.
It's physically demanding, but then having a match that's not only physically demanding, but then also, like, violent,
Yeah.
like more violent than you
All that
like.
right on the floor.
I can't imagine his wife is like, "I'm so happy for you, man."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, she's gotta be concerned by
For
looking
sure.
like, he takes off the mask and he just starts leaking more than he was before.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So, like, it's gotta be something that you're like, "Okay, I'm kinda glad this is done."
Another thing I thought it was for the little boy, I thought that, like, I was looking at him like, I feel like he's actually scared.
So, uh, total tangent, but there's a guy named Swerve Strickland.
What a name.
He wrestles for the other company,
Yeah.
and then another guy named like Brian Daniels.
Yeah.
And in one of the matches, like Brian's family is there, and Swerve takes a fucking like plastic bag and is
Yeah.
like strangling this
Ooh.
kid's dad
Ooh.
in front of this kid. I'm like, dude. I know that
That's a
you
bit
probably
much.
have to have a chat with your kid, like, "Hey, listen,
This is gonna happen.
this
Yeah.
is gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're planning on it." But there's gotta be a part of you that like, "I fucking hate this man doing this
Yeah,
to my dad."
absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
you can only kayfabe so much with, like a little kid
Yeah.
before you kinda, like, are traumatizing him, I think. But, good good match. I
Good match, good story.
Good story.
Yeah.
A lot of hits all the beats, and
Good pizzazz.
I'm very much looking forward to, like we said, seeing where
Where his story
Chad
goes, yeah.
goes. I really do think that where I see the story going is I think he is going to beat Penta
Mm,
at SummerSlam because SummerSlam is in Minnesota.
yep. It's
So
his
that's
home turf.
his
Yep.
home turf. And I think it
Is
would
it always there?
show no, this year just happens to be there. But I do think if you wanted to capitalize on this,
Yeah.
I think just put some weight behind Chad, have him earn a spot to wrestle Penta, which
Yeah.
would come full circle, right? This whole losing to Penta started him
On this
on
journey.
this journey, right?
Learn.
To learn probably the wrong lessons at first, but
Right.
then through it learn the right lessons to then finally earn that win. And I feel
And
like
defeat is often our best teacher.
yeah, and a lot of the times people are like, well, sometimes you want like a good guy, bad guy dynamic. I'm like, I feel like this is a match that you can have with two good guys,
Yeah.
where even in defeat, like Penta would still not come out like as a chump, and
Yes.
then it would just make Chad
Yeah.
like you know,
That
yeah.
continues.
And then I'm also curious, are they going to then give Grande Americano the championship from Dominic Mysterio, which I think is also where it's leading up to. So I think that's good stories are happening here.
Good stories indeed.
All right, Brenda. Well, thank you so much for watching
Thank you
the
for
wrestlers.
watching in my home.
Yeah, yeah, in your lovely
I love
abode.
watching. Yeah.
And until next time, he has been Bono.
He has been out here.
This has been the Cine-Scoots Wrestling Show.
Bye.
Bye.